All right, immunity is back up for grabs. Our next challenge is called Light It Up. 3 of you, your job's gonna be to build the fire at the fire station that ultimately burns through that rope that's attached to the 2 pieces of rebar. Those 3 fire starters will start the challenge by taking some portion of your materials and putting them in your floating fire pot. You're gonna decide how much material you wanna put in there. Here's what's gonna happen from there. Those 3 people will pick up that floating fire pot, take it to the water's edge where your 4 teammates will be waiting for you. You'll swim out to the fire in the middle, light your torch in the floating fire pot, turn around, swim back to shore. You wanna make sure that the materials in your pot are now on fire. One of you will stand there at the shoreline holding your torch. The other 3 will bring the fire materials back to the fire starters who are waiting for you up here. Fire starters, your job is to take the fire from the pot and transfer it underneath your rope. You cannot put the pot underneath the rope, nor can you dump the materials out. So you're gonna have to use some of your materials to transfer the fire from the pot to your fire pile that you're making under the rope. It's up to you to decide how much initial set of materials you send out with your guy. When you build your fire to burn through the rope, none of the materials can touch the rope, none of the materials can touch the rebar. It has to be a freestanding fire.
For people to hold
They're gonna have to.
Okay, so it's gonna swim.
So us 4 swim, you do 3 fire. Oh, you
To get it.
Well, we already know. We
you
already
want to
know
build
the
it on a
twist.
piece of wood.
Ready, go! All 3 tribes determined how much wood to put in that pot for their tribe mates to take out light on fire. The more they give them, the less they have later to start the main tribe fire to burn through the rope. Tocho, first tribe to bring theirs down to their tribe mate.
Alright, we all gotta be touching it.
Apisi and Tocho, side by side, heads down.
Just a little bit.
The trick is to get that wood out to the platform and keep it dry. All 3 tribes pretty much side by side, head down to the center fire. Tocho, first to reach the center fire pit. They've got their fire in the fire pot. Their heads back. All 3 tribes with their flames coming back. Tocho's going to be the first one back to land.
I never swam with Joe.
I'm touching bottom.
Right?
This is where like don't.
I think we need to just you 2 go slow.
Tocho bringing their fire back.
You grab both sides. You grab both sides.
Got it?
Tocho's flame.
Did you see her with the torch? You see her with the torch. Okay, it's good.
Go, guys!
The Tonka coming back with a much bigger fire pot. Take your line.
Swimmers back to the pond.
Ready? I mean, we don't need the board. We can just get it now.
Easy, taking their time, lighting their fire in the pot.
Ready? Alright. Everyone got bark?
No.
Get bark. This is enough to
3, 2, 1.
Word.
Nice.
Okay, turbulence. We have to wait. Yeah.
The Tonka's starting to make their fire under their string. It's going to be a big fire.
Get the hair!
Tocho's struggling to keep theirs alive.
Yeah, but of everybody else. Yeah, I just hope they got I just don't want to lose it. It looks like
Tocho's playing by that. They have to bring the pot back.
You see how this is kind of a shelf? Just build on top of it to make another.
I'm trying to just make sure that right in the middle we still have those gaps filled.
Give us all that. Take it back and get more flame as it goes out.
Here. too, so that this can, holy moly, burn my arm.
Are we good?
Walk it.
Go higher, but
Oh, it's starting to get.
It's so
Tom is playing getting pretty close to the rope already.
yeah, block the wind if you have to.
Oh, can't touch it. Can't touch
Can't touch the rope.
Can't touch the rope. Just let it for a second.
I'm not the big person to do this. Look at it. Perfect. I mean, I don't want it to fall either.
Just leave it. Just leave it for now.
The top is playing all around the rope. The wind blowing it back a little bit.
Get going.
Strong flame for Tatanka. That rope's starting to burn. Burning through.
Just all of us.
Easy's got a small flame.
Now it is on fire. It's on fire.
Rope's on fire.
That rope is burning through. Just a matter of time before that Tatanka rope burns through.
Hey, keep adding.
There he goes.
Tatanka!
Nice fire, Nice.
There we go. That's killed it.
Good job.
You did awesome. You did awesome.
That's the amount of fire.
Tocho and Apisi in same spot. Try to get that fire under the rope lit.
Ready? Try out, guys. Wait. Do we have it? Just support it. Go.
No.
Go. Put it in.
Easy moving the whole pile of sticks at once. Can they keep that flame going? Both tribes now got a steady base fire, trying to work towards that rope.
Oh my God.
Tatanka enjoying the warmth of their victory fire.
This could be really
One at a time, go.
Okay.
One at a time.
Wait, make sure you set that one. There you go.
One at a time.
Apisi's flame rising higher.
Got it. Good job, Scott. Good job, Kathy. Nice job, Dion.
High enough.
Yep. Don't forget we can put this on the top if we need
I know,
to
I've
get
got
it.
to put these.
The windows are up.
Are we too close? Do we need to move it? Look at the way the wind's blowing. It's okay. It's okay.
Add some.
Here we go. Yeah, the wind is.
We need more little stuff on the top to take.
Yep.
Apisi's flame close to the rope pipe but gets blown back by the wind.
Do we need to? Let's move it. Oh, there we go. Got it.
No. The wind comes from
Yeah. There we go.
Scoot next to.
The wind comes from that.
Tocho right there with Apisi. Flame at the rope.
Guys, why are you moving? Come back.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Just don't touch the bar.
Move like straight.
Both tribes trying to shield their fires from the wind.
He's not touching it.
Come back. Why are you?
Tocho's flame now all around that rope.
Put it in one pick up.
You have to move that now.
Both flames burning at the rope's edge. Apisi, Justin, continuing to add materials. Apisi. Tocho's rope burning fast.
Don't touch it.
Come on. Get that off the rope.
Yeah, it's on.
Apisi, kind of a heartbreaking loss there. Somebody told me it was a 10-second differential for you guys, but that's 10 seconds is bringing you back here. Dion, you were part of the fire making crew there. Do you feel any responsibility for that?
Yes and no, because I know I couldn't have given any more. So I feel like I gave everything I had. I don't know what I could have done differently. I don't know what I could have done better.
Bill, you played a night out last time. There's certainly some votes that came out of the urn with your name on it. How does that lead into this tribal council?
Well, it makes you worry that there were at least 3, probably 4, who knows, maybe 5 or 6, I don't know. But so yeah, it makes you feel like your head's still on this chopping block.
So John, that first vote looked like there was a pretty clear division going on within this new Apisi tribe. It's only been about half an hour since that happened. So what happens when you come back here again?
We do what's best for the tribe.
And what is that?
Each person probably has a different notion of what that is.
What's your notion, Courtney? What's the best thing for this tribe right now? You've been here 2 times already today. Is it challenge strength?
It's tough. I definitely think challenge strength is something to think about. I mean, we don't want to come to tribal, 3 more times today and be down to almost nothing. But you also just have to think who you can trust long term too.
It's the first time I'm starting to hear the word trust come up. Kathy, how's that resonate with you? Do you feel like there's trust groups here already forming within this tribe?
I think so. I think so.
Laura, what's your criteria? Is it trust? Is it physicality and ability to win challenges? At this point in the game, which one's more important?
That is the question of the game, I think. Honestly, we don't really have a weak link either, though. So you can say challenge strength all you want, but there's not an obvious answer to that. So I guess I will say trust.
So Scott, that split that we saw after the first vote, are those lines still formed, or was there some scrambling going on since then to say, hey, where do I now stand?
Yeah, there's always scramble. I think they're pretty tight, so I think it's just up to them. I think they'll decide.
Who's the them?
The former red and the former blue.
So Bill, is that yesterday's pairing still the deciding factor going into this vote?
Oh, I don't know what you mean by yesterday's.
Yesterday's red and blue tribes that Scott's referring to.
Well, I think there's some trust there, and based on the last vote, I think we also learned of a little, or garnered a little distrust. So I think trust moving forward is very important.
Dion, where are you on that whole trust issue and the red and the blue alliance that came in, or if that's an alliance or not, at least that pairing that seems to be happening, where's that leave you?
My views are, I didn't compete in the game of Survivor with the people I started with. We played some games, we won some rewards, but this is my tribe. So moving forward, these are the people that I have the ability to actually work with. I don't have the ability to work with those other people anymore. There isn't anything that's tying to me to those people. So I have to let bygones be bygones and work with what I've got. There's no point in holding out because that opportunity may never come. So it's not even an option.
Courtney, does that ring true with you? Is it time to let those old pairings go?
I think it just depends on the circumstance. Depends on who's there with you. I do think trust is a very important aspect of the game. Yeah, I don't know what else is. Yeah, I think it depends. Just take it situation by situation about when the right time comes to either stay or to stray. So.
Okay, with that, it's time to vote. Dion, you're up.
With you, and the numbers didn't work in our favor. This is a vote to keep me in the game. Second time's the charm, maybe?
Sorry, Scott. I got nothing personal. Just running the color spectrum.
This is kind of the easy vote, and we didn't talk a lot about it, so it's also kind of the last thing that the majority agreed on. Huge bummer, but that's where we're at.
Sorry, you're a super nice guy, but we just had to do what was best for the tribe going forward.
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave tribal council area immediately. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now's the time. I'll read the votes. First vote, Bill. Scott. 1 vote Bill, 1 vote Scott. Scott. Scott, that's 3 votes Scott, 1 vote Bill. Scott, that's 4, that's enough. You need to bring your torch. Scott, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
All right, thanks.
Hey, good luck, guys.
I love it. I mean, I think I was the only one that never complained with no tarp. I mean, I just made fun of it. Even when I was getting voted, I just make fun of it. I just want to enjoy it, embrace it. It's an amazing experience. I wouldn't change anything. The tarpless rainy night was pretty cool, actually. I think I've bonded really good with those guys. And I don't know if any of them would say that, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm from Maine, for crying out loud. We go through worse than that, so. But no, it was amazing. And you know, I'd like to try it again. Maybe if you do the top donation fundraiser, maybe I'll give it a whirl again and try it. Second time's a charm, maybe, who knows. We didn't think we were doing eliminations today. We didn't think these were immunity challenges. We thought it was gonna be another day of reward and then do the same format that Durham had where 2 tribes went over the last 2 days. So I don't think we necessarily planned for that, but I know when we first, after the loss, and Bree's name came up, who was my alliance, I'm like, if she goes, I'm next. So I get a lobby for Bree. And I think I lobbied pretty hard because I was making deals with the blue tribe, the green tribe. So I think the trust issue that came up on this, I think was directed towards me because I would have sold my soul to stay another couple of days, right? So I have a note that says I have an idol, but I just don't have an idol. And then I purposely, on the way to tribal, took out the note and kind of wanted to flash it around a little bit so people think I have an idol. And I saw people kind of looking, and I didn't pull it away. I'm just kind of going through like that, and I'm checking my pocket just to try to play it up for one last hurrah. Yeah, they're going after us, I guess. And I think, but they got to be careful because if there's only a few yellow left, they're going to be looking to go for someone, right? So you got to be methodical in how you take. You want to try to keep the teams even and not have a team that's so weak. Yeah, I think Bill's just bossy type of a thing. So Dion and I had connected at a previous challenge, right? So I was in with Dion. Him and I were going to stick to the end. He brought in Kathy. I brought in Bree. So that was kind of we were trying to get 1 or 2 people. And I think one tribe said, yeah, let's go with Bill, and then John's name came up, but John had the sympathy vote going because he got voted out first, and no one wanted to vote him out, and he definitely dropped that, which was a good thing to do. Very smart play on his plan, but both tribes were saying this, and last minute we decided we're going to stick with our lines. We didn't know Bill had an idol, and obviously that was the mistake, because we were willing to go to rocks if we needed to, because we knew whichever faction came out on the bottom end, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. I was playing aggressive. I had something going with Rachel. I had something going with Dion. I was trying to hook up with Courtney and get a deal over there too. Even made a pinky promise that I went back on. So I think it was a trust issue. So I think they would do Dion because I think he's playing the game second hardest to me. I think Kathy's just going to be loyal. If she looks you in the eye and says she's going to vote this way, she's going to vote that way. So I think it would go Dion first. In fact, when we were trying to settle on our 4-4s, Dion's name came up once. Like, what do you think about Dion? And I was like, because he's my partner, right? I'm like, no, we don't need Dion. We don't need Dion. We want to go back to Bill. We want to go back to John, type of a thing. But if they were smart, I mean, the two on the bottom 4, it's probably Bill and Courtney, I would say. I think Laura and John need to jump over with Dion and Kathy is what they should do. I mean, the Survivor math is here's where you play it after this vote. Now it makes sense. But I don't think they will. They're pretty tight. Rachel was my first, kind of my one that we always talk about. Who's your one was Rachel. So I'll definitely root for Rachel in this game for sure. I do like Dion. I'm going to root for Dion. On the other team, I mean on the 4, I do like Courtney. Her daughter's cute. She's here cheering her on. Her mom, stay-at-home mom. She's the nice story too. So I'd probably go for Courtney, I think. I tried to. It wasn't for lack of effort, I think, so I don't know.
You got to leave it all out in the field, right?
You do. And I'd rather be accused of playing too hard than not hard enough, right? So.
Well, while your game is over, you still have a chance to influence the game.
I do.
Give me a name of someone still in the game, it can be anyone, anywhere, that you would like to see get an advantage in the game.
Huh. Rachel.
Rachel?
Yeah. So can I tell you one more funny story?
Yes, please.
So is this still rolling?
Yeah, go for it.
So I didn't think there'd be handlers for us. So the whole time with my yellow tribe, I'm talking about my daughters, Morgan and Madison, and how great they are. And then I see their handlers. I'm like, ooh. So I was like, your names are not Morgan and Madison. You need to change your names, because I obviously didn't tell them that they were here, and I didn't want to think.
What were your new names?
Yeah, I'd like to know that. Anne.
Elizabeth.
Their middle names. So perfect. And this was Hannah, not Heather, right? So they were trying to, not get the cat out of the bag. So I didn't tell anyone. I've done production. I've told them I've watched up at the Crowleys, but that's all they knew. So
our next challenge is called Tension in the Air. It's going to run with 6 per tribe. All 6 of you are going to participate, but only 4 at a time. Each of you will be holding a rope. You have a round center disc that's supported by 4 ropes. You need to stand behind the table that has your block on it. All 4 of you are going to pull on the rope to create tension. Lift that center disc off the ground. In any order that you want, you'll, continuing to hold the rope, you'll go to the center, stack your first block, make your way back behind the table. Second person will go in. Second person and everyone thereafter, you are only touching your own block. You are not allowed to rearrange the stack below it. Here's how the 2 extra people are going to work. Every time that center stack of blocks falls over, the 2 people who are out swap in. It's up to you how you do the swap. As long as the 2 people that are out are in, any of the other 4 can come back out. The people that are coming in and the 2 that are staying will pick up the blocks, go back, place them back on their tables, and restart. Tatanka, Tocho, I need to take back community. Community back up for grabs. Survivors ready. Go! Definite learning curve, figuring out how intense you need to hold that. First couple of blocks are going to go real quick. It's going to seem very simple.
Hey, we just got to make sure that we keep the rope level. Rachel, you got to keep the table. Keep tension. I can't reach that far. Short on his rope. I need to let the arm go. He's got a long tail on his rope. Easy, keep it.
Tocho's got 3 blocks.
Keep it close. All right, Rachel.
Tighten up, guys.
Yeah.
Easy's got their third.
Pull it up.
Jack.
4th block out, all ready for Tatanka.
You got to be behind her table before you guys can do anything else.
Bryce coming out with his fifth block.
Careful. Bryce, go slow.
Hey, don't gang here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do like. Just keep it steady.
Good job, Bryce. Get over behind it. Get over behind it.
Red box drop.
Evan, pull a little bit. Evan, pull a little bit.
Add tension. Got it.
Evan, it's leaning towards you.
Evan, you have to lift it.
Evan, lift.
That's good.
Yeah, good.
Even a little bit more, Evan.
Tatanka loses their stack of 5. Tocho coming out.
Can we switch spots between us? You can switch spots between you. Do you want me to be at the 2 one?
Back in.
Any way you want to.
Back, yeah.
All right, I'm going first.
Just do this first.
A little more tension for you.
1, 2, 3. Tocho's good.
Come on, guys.
Red is doing
Where's Leah?
That was direct.
Good job, guys.
3 block for Apisi right now. Greg plays.
You're gonna have to let a little bit out, Greg. There you go. I can't.
the ball.
Josh got the 4th up for Apisi.
He's got a long tail.
Laura
Greg, you're
headed
gonna
in
have to
with
give me
the
some
5th block
slack.
for Apisi.
Greg, you're gonna have to give me a little bit. All right, there you go. There, no, not too much. There you go.
You're tipping it. You're tipping it. Let your end down.
Tatanka's got their 4th.
Okay, you got it.
Apisi plays is number 5. Can she get back?
You're going to use...
Tatanka drops again.
Okay. Take lots of
I'll drop out again. You guys almost got.
Yeah, I'll go.
That Apisi tower's wobbling. Can she get back? No, she cannot. Tatanka's back in this.
Are you allowed to use the table, John?
There was no rules against it.
Steady.
Hey,
Pull a little
we're
bit.
bouncing it. We're bouncing it.
Slow.
Hey,
Pull up on yours. Greg, pull up. You gotta go up on your side.
Right, there you go. Just keep it straight, Rachel. Don't step on your rope. You got it. Easy. It's gotta be a lot easier on the way back.
Tatanka's got their 3rd.
All right, Evan.
Apisi's got their 3rd. Tatanka's got their 4th.
Easy. Not too hard.
Make it even. Just lower your body a little
Bryce
bit.
headed out again for Tatanka at number 5. Bill's got the 4th for Apisi. They lose it.
Hey, just keep it steady for me.
ooh, no. You gotta be careful.
Go slow.
Evan, lower your body a little bit.
Bryce has got number 5 place. He's got to get back.
Evan, I need you to pull a little bit.
Get behind there.
Bryce got to get behind the table.
We have to hold it for 3 seconds.
You guys got me?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. It's good. Tatanka wins.
Yes. Oh,
I was nervous about that.
so nervous about that.
Come on, let's go to Jill.
Jill, our master.
So Apisi, another close challenge. You were close to getting back and finishing that. It seems like you're right in there. It's not like you're getting blown out in these things. Courtney, is there anything you guys can do to change the tide here, or you feel like it's just bad luck at this point, or what are you thinking?
I feel like we're just kind of feeling like bad luck. We're giving it our all. I mean, the challenge before this, we were just seconds away from it, and Same with this challenge. We got so close.
Yeah, Laura, you're only a few steps away with that last block. What happened there?
Thank you for the reminder. I'm not sure. I don't know. Not to throw John under the bus with me, but we just keep being on these like losing tribes, and I personally feel a little bit cursed. I hope you don't. Hopefully we can reverse that.
Dion, last time it seemed it was an unanimous vote for Scott. I know it wasn't easy to vote somebody out that you like, but you all were in agreement in terms of who was going. Now that that's over with, where does this tribe go?
I honestly think we're at the point where we want to stop losing. So I think it's really at a point where it's like, who is gonna best serve us moving forward in challenges to keep around? And like that's, I don't know if that's a tribe mentality. I feel like that's...
Let's find out. Kathy, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I just hope it's not me. Yeah, and being one, I mean, this is the older tribe. I mean, it's obvious that we have all the older ones, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them. So, yeah, I feel a little vulnerable, and it's like I feel like I'm doing good in challenges, but I don't know from the outside.
John, she brought up age. Does that concern you? Do you think, hey, maybe they're looking at me just because I'm the older guy or one of the older guys?
Well, at 28, I think I'm pretty mean. Can't you tell? No. Sure, ages, but I think performance in the challenges is a big part of it, and social game. It's a variety of factors, and we just got to do what we need to do to keep the tribe as strong as we can.
So if you all agree on that, Bill, but how do you decide? Is it physical ability? You know, there's puzzles coming. There's all sorts of attributes that apply when you say challenge ability. So how do you decide?
It's really tough, and I just, now that antennas are going up, if they're talking about age, because John might be 50, but I'm 60, so I don't know. Yeah, we know there's going to be a variety of challenges coming up, you know, probably mental, physical, and actually with these quick turnarounds on tribal council, you don't have a lot of time to discuss what do you think's coming, what kind of player do we need. So that really hasn't come in. The discussion about the different types and the abilities that we need really hasn't come in.
Dion, what about fatigue? You guys haven't had much in the way of food for more than 24 hours now. You starting to feel that?
It's funny because I feel like we've actually eaten a few times today.
Okay.
But like very minimally.
Yeah, can you tell them
Like,
what we ate?
Yeah, well, we picked blackberries off trees.
I think we had 6.
Yeah, like in total.
And they're like this big.
Right. But it almost is enough to trick you into thinking that you've been eating regularly, because we haven't.
Yeah, we eat like a berry every few hours, and then you feel like you've eaten all day.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, I can't help but notice when you guys come in, you all genuinely seem to like each other. How much harder does it make that vote now that you've got to let go of one of these people?
Oh, it makes it so much harder. I feel like we've bonded a lot just through last night and the challenges, and I mean even the tribals. It's forced us to talk and to build some strategy and some stronger relationships, and it makes it so hard. Yeah, I don't want to see anyone go.
But it is that time. So Courtney, with that, it's time to vote.
I'm so sorry. We've just got to do what's best for tribe strength and just my own personal strategy going forward.
Keep the team competitive.
privilege to get to know you, and I admire you greatly in everything that you do. Let's keep in touch.
Sorry, Dion. It's all about early alliances, numbers at the merge, and colors, and you have the wrong color.
Okay, tally the votes. If you have a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to play it. I'll read the votes. First vote, Dion. Bill. One vote Bill, one vote Dion. Bill. 2 votes Bill, 1 vote Dion. Bill, that's 3, that's enough. Need to bring your torch. Bill, tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Easy, grab your flag, head on out.
You gotta win.
Yeah, there's
For the
like
love of God. No option.
I
I hope it's something like a throwing or tossing or
Yeah,
I don't know,
absolutely.
a puzzle or.
We're clear, guys. Let's go.
You know, sometimes there are tribes that just get like pummeled, and then they come out of it. They're like a phoenix because they like
bond. So
yeah, close. That's us, right?
Yeah.
It is now. I'm really happy and blessed. It was a great experience. You know, it's the normal tick list. Don't be the first one voted out. Would have been. I made the tribe swap. There may be another one coming. It would have been nice to make that one. I would have liked to have made the merge and made the jury. Okay, but finding an idol and all that stuff, I have no regrets, no complaints. No, I love the experience. Thank you for the opportunity. I had a great time.
Good.
Okay, especially when I lost my pants. I'm cheering for Courtney, even if she stabbed me in the back. The people I know are Apisi 1.0 and these people, which, you know, half of them are gone. So we have Courtney, John, Laura, Kathy, and Dion left. And so, you know, of the Apisi tribe, I'm rooting for Laura. Second choice would be someone else from the Apisi tribe. I thought the plan was for Dion to be voted out at that tribe. I spoke to Courtney early, and I actually, in that call, I told John that I would like Courtney, John, and Laura to decide who would be next, and I would go along with it. Okay, and then, but that was very late, just before the challenge started. So it did not look to me like they had a chance to do that. Just before going to tribal, I did see a discussion going on. I believe it was between Courtney, John, Laura, and Kathy. I don't believe Deanna was in that conversation, but I could be wrong. But I also was not in that conversation, so I think maybe that's where it happened. No, the plan always had been to take out both yellows first and both greens next. Okay, and so we knew that was coming. The 2 yellows were gone, and so the only question was which green. Okay, that was a foregone conclusion that I thought everybody was on the same page with. I intentionally wanted to step back so that other people could either share the responsibility or share the blame, okay, and not be foreseen as the leader. And so by stepping back, I mean, I thought everybody was on the same page of it's going to be a green. The question is, Dion, or Kathy. So just tell me what to write down and I will. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't going to play my idol and risk being voted out, I would have put my idol in her bag without her knowing it, so that after I got voted out, she would have went to her bag and found it.
During tribal or before?
No, before. Like her bag outside the tribal council area. As far as I know, only the original Apisi, only Apisi 1.0 knew about it. They could have told people that I'm not aware of. So on our tribe, as far as I know, the only person who knew was Courtney. There was a lot of back and talk, whispering. I mean, before we even got to tribal council, she told me, you know, your name's been brought up. We knew Yellow was going to write my name down. The question was Green. Okay, and so that was up in the air. Blue kept on telling us, no, you're good. We thought maybe we had Kathy from Green, but you know, I didn't want to risk being either voted out. So I just thank God that I had that idol, and I also didn't want to risk going to Rocks, because if we went to Rocks, one of the core members of Blue, or Courtney, could have selected the white, black, whatever color it would have been, Rock, and we wouldn't have had that 4-3 majority anymore. John asked last night if I had heard any idol talk, or if there were any idols in place, and I said I hadn't seen or heard of any. Okay, so and he probably shared that with Laura. I don't know. So it may have come to a surprise to them that I had it and I played it. I don't know if Green and Yellow knew about it, because afterwards everyone was asking, when did you find it? Okay, maybe I should have lied and said after I talked to John and told him I didn't have one, you know, or didn't know of anything. Hindsight, but I also don't like to lie. So, I was just truthful and said we told him the whole story, that there was a note at the meal, and I found the note. Everyone else was sitting at the table, and I could have just stuffed it in my pocket and kept that note to myself, but I shared it with the entire tribe, and that the entire tribe looked for the idol, and I happened to be the one that found it, so I had it in my possession. And I told them the truth.
Give me the name of someone that you would like to see have an advantage in the game.
Courtney.